Hey, you gotta be genuine. That's the name of this game.
And
Anyway, good morning.
good morning.
You got nothing
Welcome
to
to
worry
the
about.
FND Podcast. I'm Effin,
I'm Dean.
and this is podcast number 7.
Number 7.
We're getting closer to your 10 podcast contract where we can renegotiate numbers.
We'll talk.
We'll
I want
talk.
to raise.
Well, I think there's a song, Nothing from Nothing is Nothing.
0 times 0 is still 0.
That's what it is. So we're trying. We're trying. And if we get a sponsor, maybe we can afford to have that wing eating contest.
I expect accept payments in the form of a shot of Blanton's every week.
Or Rumplemints.
Ooh, now you're speaking my language.
Right. Wings and Rumplemints. That contest is still out there at some point. And
I think I could still win that.
Well, I may let you. We'll see. We'll see. It gave me an excuse to come down to your part of the country.
We can hang out with Carl, do a few shots.
Carl the cat. So one day I'd like to get a picture of Carl. Anyway, I've been editing. I have to tell you, our first podcast launched yesterday. So even though they're not listening to this podcast for another 5 weeks, our first one launched it yesterday. And because I'm a one-man operation, I launched the wrong one.
Which one did you launch?
The unedited version. So the unedited version got 9 likes before I was able to take it down and put in the correct one.
Wow, those 9 people better remember forever what they've lost.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the power of being just, it's not the power of anything. I'm a one-man show trying to do it all. I fixed it, and I really like what I put out. So, of course, you don't like any of what you see or do of yourself. So I'll give you my opinion of it, and it's decent.
Decent. That's better than I thought we'd do. Actually, I knew we'd kill it. Who am I kidding?
I'm sure those 4 people that liked it are our sisters.
You said 9.
Originally.
But
I think they made a mistake and fell onto the page by accident.
We've all been on that side of YouTube. I get it.
It happens. But once I posted the new one for legitimate people. So I'm excited. As I'm excited about our upcoming guest. It is someone I knew in the hospitality business years ago. We worked as bartenders together at a private club in your area, Dee.
Okay.
So I am very excited to have her on board. She, once again, was the individual that trained me, and I became successful in this business because of what she taught me. And I'm very excited to be introduced to her again after being away for so long. So I'm excited to have this individual on board and find out how her life has progressed.
I'm excited to meet her. I can't wait.
Idea is one of the subjects I think that we may be talking about is how you're stuck in this business in a way. Once you get in, it gets in your blood. It gets under your skin. A lot of people get started in this business at an early age. As a host, you can start at the age of 15. So, as I said, this podcast is geared towards individuals that are looking to get into this business, maybe who are lost 11, 12, or 13-year-olds who are going nowhere.
Technically illegal.
Who are going nowhere in life, who are looking for direction. And in 2 years, being a hostess or host may be a way out of Pampers.
From diapers to hostessing.
Right.
That's the next book too, coming soon.
It seems like that sometimes. Some of the whininess I've gotten, which reminds me of a story. I had a host I used to call her Princess. She whines so much, so demanding.
I think it might be part of like when they apply for hostesses, they have to go through a whining stage, or not stage, interview, just to make sure they can do it.
I agree. I agree. And yes, Princess, what can I do for you now? How can I help you now, Princess? And it wasn't until the other staff started calling her Princess that she went into human resources and complained. I was called into human resources for my behavior.
Oopsie.
You know, you start off as a hostess, which it's a chapter in my book, how important, in my opinion, the host is, because it's your first line of defense. It is the very first person who makes the first impression as the people are walking through the front door. So I think a lot of businesses overlook the importance of the hostess in this business and just put them up there and say, hey, welcome people in and get them to seats. But it's so much more than that. And they can do so much more than just, hi, welcome in. Can you want to sit here? I have a chapter called The Battlefield General, where they're in charge of the whole dining room, making sure that servers are not overwhelmed, making sure that staff is able to handle the load that they're given.
You want to talk about how it's difficult to teach motivation and hustle to people. You make a job position that is geared toward 15 and 16-year-olds who don't really have a reason or need to be hustling. Mom and dad are still paying for things. So
That's a good point too.
that is a tough role to teach and a tough thing to motivate people for.
That is a very good point. And I've had some hostesses that are amazing, amazing. They'll water the table. They'll tell the guests the server's name as well as reiterating the guest's name to the server. So we're able to go to the table and say, welcome in, Mr. and Mrs. Fruit Flager.
Yep.
We're
Real
happy
name.
that you're here. Yes, I'm sure it is. It's so much more and it's important and it gets in your skin. And once you do it, once you work as a host, then you see the servers and you see the money that the servers are making and you move over to serving and you love serving and eventually become the lead server and you're making tons of money. And then you look over at the bartenders and the bartenders are having a great time laughing and smiling and getting their guests inebriated. And they're running their own little world, which is just great. So you move over to bartending, and then that just opens up a whole new world for you. And before you know it, you're done. You're done. You're in the world of hospitality. And no matter what you do, at any age, you can go back. I grew up on a show called Alice, which were, well, I was very young at the time. But they seemed very old to me. And I'm sorry, casts of Alice, if you weren't, but that was my perspective. So I mean no disrespect. But it seemed like when I walked into diners, the people who worked at diners were most ladies over the
Older
age
crowd.
of 40.
I got a career for my 50s. I'm looking forward to it.
Right,
I
right.
already got my diner picked out.
Do you now? I love diners.
No, there's only one diner in North Carolina, so
yeah,
unfortunately.
and that was the biggest transition when I went from north to south, or the lack of diners. If you live in the South and you haven't been to a diner in New Jersey, New York, or Connecticut, you are not eating. You are not eating. Holly French toast is
Yeah.
one of the greatest inventions known to man that only a diner can make. Anyway, so you're in this business, and you will always, in some way, be in this business. And even when you go out to dinner, you're critiquing the people in this business, even if you got out of this business.
I'm the most judgmental person when I go out to eat. I'll be at a Waffle House judging the fact that they didn't put my menu down fast enough. Then again, I've waited an hour for service at a Waffle House.
True. But
That one is on me.
yeah, I mean, most people are not going to Waffle House for fine dining service. And again, Waffle House is amazing in its own right, but it's a different environment. So if you're getting upset about a Waffle House menu taking a while, maybe you need to
More of it should
reevaluate,
never take an hour to get a water to a table.
without a doubt. And that could be a whole other episode there. Once you're in this business, you're in this business, and it's a great business to be in, and you will always have that skill with you. And I actually talked to a gentleman this morning talking about that once you know how to serve, it's really just about the basics of going to a table and asking them what they want to eat or drink. I mean, that's what people go to a restaurant for, to eat and drink, and you're asking them, what would you like to eat and drink? So if you can do that with enthusiasm and excitement, you can do this business good,
With your eyes closed sometimes.
as we've all done. I'd like to welcome our guest. If you take a minute, I'm going to bring Kristen on, and through the magic of podcasting, I am going to welcome Kristen and figure out how I can make this duo a trio. So
Ooh-wee.
bear with me, Dee. I'll be right back.
I'll be here.
And welcome back
Welcome back.
to the FND podcast. She's Dean.
He's effing.
Yes, I am. At least that's what I hear all the time. We are about to bring on our special guest. I'm really looking forward to this individual. I haven't spoken to them in years.
I haven't spoken to them ever.
So without further ado, I'm about to do our guest. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the FND podcast. I'm Effin.
I'm Dean.
Yes, she is. And I want to thank our special guest who was silly enough to say yes. Kristen, welcome.
We got another
Hi.
one.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here. As you know, I am trying to promote my book, Servers and Managers Business Development. And I know that you have a company that you're looking to promote. And I'm going to flash your poster now. And being with the magic of editing, it'll be up there for all to see. But thank you, Kristen. Welcome to the F&D podcast. Tell me, what got you into hospitality? What are you doing with yourself?
Oh gosh, I've been in hospitality for a long time. I actually went to school for hospitality, got my degree in hospitality management and event planning. And so we actually have an event planning business. We do weddings
Wow.
and different types of events. And so
Wow.
I actually started my very first job in hospitality, waiting tables at a little burger joint that was open 24 hours when I was 17 and in high school. So that was interesting to try to work a place that was 24 hours in high
Yeah,
school.
that overnight stuff. Whew.
Yeah, I was never good. That's why I'm happy where I'm at now. My business ends at 8, and I'm asleep by 10.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Less
Yep.
work, more sleepy.
Yeah, early, go to bed.
That's unbelievable. And
Yeah.
working at a burger joint. What'd you do at the burger joint? You were serving?
Oh, we did everything. We served, we made the milkshakes, we took the orders, we put the food in, we brought the food, we cashed people out.
I mean, no disrespect. The first thought that's coming into my head is something like a Sonic.
No, it was Steak and Shake.
So-
Ooh, that's so much better than Sonic, though.
Yeah.
100% I agree. I agree. Now
I do love milkshakes.
Yes, we do. And
Yeah.
steak.
Yeah.
Yes. That's awesome. That's fantastic. You've moved, you evolved. And I have to say, you're the only one of the three of us who actually went to school for this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe the only guest we've had on that actually went to school for this so far.
I can tell you,
Well,
you're also the first female that we've had, other than Dee.
Bloop, bloop.
Woo, woo. So we launched actually our first podcast yesterday, and these podcasts are coming out about 5 weeks later. So I have plenty
Nice.
of time to edit and fix all the mistakes of this podcast that I make on a regular basis. So
Yeah. I mean, life is full of mistakes. It happens.
it does. They make it look so easy on TV. Joe Rogan has this beat. So
Joe Rogan's got a team.
he does. And I have you, D,
Yep. I got Toby Cat.
and you have Toby Cat. So, and it's just a matter of all of that. You have Frozen, D. Oh, Toby Cat. There you
Toby
go.
Cat.
So thank you. And somewhere there's Carl the cat,
Yeah.
that trophy that's keeping you occupied. So you went in at 17, and where'd you go from there?
I eventually moved up to be a lead at the same place. And then when I got old enough, I became a bartender. And so I started bartending. Like as soon as I hit 21, I was like, I want to be a bartender. I want
Not
to
at
do this.
Steak
I
and
want to do
Shake.
the whole mixology and all of this and come up with fun drinks. And so
That's
that's what I
awesome.
did. And then I kind of went into leading, being a lead bartender, and then moved
Wow.
up from there. And
That's unbelievable. You know, it
yeah,
is the type of business that you can start off at the bottom and move your way up
mark your way
to.
up.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's an industry that if you're a go-getter and you have enthusiasm and a drive, you can move up so fast in this business. That's
Started from the
that's
bottom.
that's it.
Yeah.
We all
I feel
started.
like it makes a better person too, because if you move up to like a lead position or a management position and you started at all the other roles, you know what needs to be done, you know how to do things and how to help your team
Without a
succeed.
doubt. Yeah. And you can pitch
So,
in and you become more valuable, almost a jack of
mhm,
all trades. Uh,
yeah.
when I moved to Florida and I became a bartender, I didn't know anything
Mhm.
about it. So they put me on Sunday mornings.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
Oh,
really,
brunch.
brunch.
Sundays are fun.
They are. Really, nobody came in. A few people after church, and all you made were mimosas and Bloody Marys.
Mhm.
But I perfected my Bloody Mary. Horseradish sauce, just the right amount of Tabasco, a slice of candy bacon as a garnish. It was a nice Bloody Mary. And so even at a young age, and I slowly built from there, and I'd come out from behind the bar and I'd help with tables and I'd clean up and go into the kitchen occasionally. They'd ask me to fill or help with food, and I just became invaluable. And then I started working other nights, and eventually the coveted Friday and Saturday nights. And
Yeah.
it's great. You know, it's funny. Bartenders in this business are like quarterbacks in football.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, server, or you always want to gravitate to become a bartender.
It's fun.
Does
It
everybody want
is
to be a quarterback?
not
I'd
Maybe.
rather
necessarily.
I'd rather be a pitcher.
Okay. Well, we went into a whole different sport.
I've never
Uh,
watched baseball in my life.
well, that's not true.
It's okay.
I
We
avoid watching baseball at all times.
Again, I'm not going to become political or sports oriented. I'm a huge hockey fan, and everything else is just boring to me.
Yeah, I like hockey too.
Go
They've got
Rangers.
goalies. I could do goalie.
Yeah.
There you go. So I don't know if everybody wants to elevate to be a goalie, though, because you get
Yeah.
smacked around a lot. So maybe, a forward. The bartenders would be like a forward. So if we want to keep with the hockey analogy, which is great. And I loved bartending, the freedom of bartending. You're in an area that's your own, kind of your own universe, which is a great feeling. And the way you run it, people are coming to see you. It's a great feeling. I agree 100%. So, you moved up to lead bartender, and now what are you doing with yourself?
Now I am the owner and lead event planner and wedding planner of Infinite Memories Events.
Really? And tell me a little
So,
bit about that company and what do you do
yeah.
with that company?
So we basically help all of our clients create their dream day. We help with whether they want full service help with setting things up or getting things ready or partial planning. A lot
Oh,
of what we do is the day of. So, like for weddings, particularly, we get there early. Our day always starts very early.
of
No
course,
one
of
realizes
course.
how long the day of a wedding is.
E- e-
Like, ooh,
8 hours.
Some
if you're
we do
lucky.
10 hours.
Wow.
So we do 10 hours with our like day of coordination package. So we're there for 10 hours.
Hmm.
We always, like I said, we get up early, so we double check everything, our timeline, make sure we have everything, make sure our wedding emergency kit is packed.
So
And
basically, you are pulling out all the stress that
mhm,
people have day of wedding.
yep.
And I am
And the
sure
planning process.
that's
We,
unbelievable. That has to be a
yeah,
tremendous load off people's shoulders that they can
yeah,
focus on being married and
exactly.
focus on being in love and why they're getting
Exactly.
married. And
Yep.
you do all the heavy lifting.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
We handle vendor communication so that they kind of takes the check off their checklist that they don't have to keep doing. We try to help put the fun back in the planning because sometimes
That's
they get
unbelievable.
overwhelmed. There are so many things that go into it
Right,
that we try to put the fun back in the planning and take the stress off the day so that their family and themselves can enjoy the day and they don't have to be working the day.
right. They
That's
can
our
focus
job.
on being in love and focus on why they're there.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Get
You know,
married, say I do, and then dance the night away. That's our
Drink some good
goal.
drinks, eat some good food.
right. And you do, and
Exactly.
you're behind the scenes making
Exactly.
sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. That's fantastic.
Yep.
You know,
That's like what we like to tell them is we're their behind the scenes BFF.
oh, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put
Yeah.
it. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to flash up your poster one more time. So with the magic of editing, boom, poster. And yay, hopefully I can get that right. So that's fantastic. You know, it's amazing hospitality. You
Mhm.
start off just giving and it grows from there at the age of 17. And as you progress in life, it's just something that you just love to do. You know, I've done other things in my life, and I did not. I kind of started in hospitality, but I moved into marketing and advertising for a long time, and I fell back into this business. I hit a midlife crisis at a certain point, and
Just when
I
I thought I got out, it sucked me back in.
right like the mafia. There's a tremendous feeling of giving of yourself, knowing that you're taking care of people and those people are content, for lack of a better phrase, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
They're just they're in good hands. And it's the same way when you serve or bartend. You know they're comfortable, they're relaxed, they're not worried. I love being in that position of being able to take care of them. And I've worked with you in the past, and I know you do too. It's a tremendous feeling of being able to take care of somebody. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
And it's nice to hear like when they say they're glad they got us and how happy they were they
right,
decided to go with somebody.
right, right. It's wonderful. We talked about that before when you're
Yeah.
overloaded with a crushed room and you're double sat and triple sat and you're just
Mhm.
overwhelmed and you don't have the opportunity to really get to know the table or do your spiel the way you like to. But you're walking out at the end of the evening and you know you took care of them as best you could and you made a little pocket change. That's a wonderful feeling. That's a wonderful
Mhm.
feeling that they leave happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to move into the second portion of this interview. I know you don't have a lot of time with me, and I'm trying to keep these podcasts down. So I'm going to ask you, it's something I'm trying. I'm asking guests. I've written 10 questions down. It's called 7-ish questions. And if you're keeping track, I don't think I've ever asked a full 7 questions, or
I
maybe
don't
I've
think
got,
so either. I think we usually hit like 2 or 3. Brandon was the most we got.
I think so. So again, this whole podcast, Kristen, has been a work in progress. So I'm trying to make you famous. I hope we don't move in the other direction. I know we have at least a listenership of 2. Yeah, the sisters,
Yep, I
maybe.
got 2 sisters.
Yeah. So
That's a start.
that
You got to
is,
start somewhere.
and
Got to start somewhere.
one of them may be thinking about getting married at some point in their life. And if they do,
Yes.
Kristen, hopefully,
We'll report
relationship
back on how
discount.
good she did.
Yes, yes. Well, I've worked with you before, so I know how well you're going to do. I know people used to
Thank
come to
you.
the bar asking for you. And so when they do that, you have that kind of personality that draws people to you, that draws people wanting to come and see you. We talked about that before. You can make a drink anywhere. You can run a bar anywhere. But when people are coming in to see you, that's a tremendous feeling. And I've worked with you for years.
Yeah.
We worked for years together, and they came in to see you. So that's a
So
good
both of
feeling.
us.
I was going to say their other option, though.
I say both of us.
I'd go in to see Kristen. And I just met you.
Well, that's good, D. Again, I'm going to
That's
try
fun.
a different way. I have 10 questions. I've asked you when and where you got your start. So
Mm.
2 through 10, pick a number. Pick a number, Kristen, 2 through 10.
6.
6. Question 6, good or bad? Is there one event that stays with you?
And one good event that I had that actually happened was with a manager of ours. So I had a manager one time that there was a really bad storm that had come through, and my husband and I had lost our power and lost all of our food.
Wow.
And we, of course, you go to the grocery store before the storms come because they give you somewhat of a fair warning. And
Yep.
so we had just gone to the grocery store, bought all this food, and our fridge went out. We lost power for several days.
Right.
And they actually helped us by like donating food to us.
Wow.
So that we were able to still be able to eat.
Wow.
Because I'm
That's
definitely not going to lie. I came to work. I was super stressed out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. We just spent all this money on this. And then now we have nothing. And he came back later in the day and was like, don't you stress about this. And
We
then
got
like
you.
gave us
we got you.
ton of stuff.
We've
I
talked
was
about
impressed.
before. We've talked about that before. Managers going the other way who don't
Yeah.
give a hoot
Mhm.
about you
Oh,
or your
yeah.
personal life. I actually did
Yeah.
a couple of videos on my website about that. You know that website, serversandmanagers.com,
Link
where
in
we
the
talk
description.
about managers just don't care. And there are plenty of places that don't train managers properly. D, what is that phrase you always say?
Oh, I have this really good phrase. It's that people don't leave bad jobs, they leave bad managers.
Yeah. And and that happens all the time. And if you find a good manager, you'll put up with a lot in your job.
Mhm.
If you know they have your back.
I'm not coming in on my day off for someone who's a jerk.
True enough. But if
I mean,
you
fair.
know they're taking care of you,
Absolutely.
you're going to take care of them.
I'll cancel my
Yeah.
vacation for them if I wouldn't go that far, but I'll find someone to cover my shift.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I mean, we've all gone the other way with managers. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Give me another number, 2 through 10, excluding 6.
Okay. 3.
3.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one. This is one of my favorite. What was your biggest influencer, or who was your biggest influencer or mentor in this industry, in this career, that got your career off the ground?
I would probably say that I had 2 really good managers. One was our bar manager, at one of the locations that I worked at, and then another was our like assistant GM, I guess he was. Both of them were actually really good. They cared about their
Nurturing.
employees. One was the same who helped us with the power outage and the food. So just having good management kind of help make the day fun. I mean, our bar
course.
manager was always joking and like knew how to have fun, but was serious when he needed to be. And so
Right.
it made work enjoyable and made us want to come to work and be there and all of that. And if
That's
anything
it.
happened, yeah, if anything happened or like customers were rude, he would not put up with it.
Right.
So
You know, we actually had an incident here. I'm in a community, and one of the guests in the community went to the clubhouse restaurant and accosted the server.
mm,
And apparently the server went to her manager. And the story I heard, not corroborated, but the story I heard, rumor and innuendo, that the manager didn't care and, you know, said that she needed to be more careful. Maybe she led exactly the wrong direction. When I heard the story, if that was the way it went, I was beyond upset that a manager would treat their staff that way. It was disgusting. Disgusting.
Fortunately, there's not all good managers, not all good people out there.
Right.
Yeah, that's super common, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've talked about briefly the dark side of this business, that managers don't know how to manage. And again, Jesse's phrase, people don't leave bad jobs. People leave bad managers. And if they don't have your back, pick a number. D. You want to pick a number for me?
Let's do 10.
D.
Is it your favorite question?
It's your
Is it mine?
favorite question, D.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
This, by the way, this is the last time I'm going to have you pick questions, D.
That's
So this is a question that we've skirted quite often. Usually, I give people a two-parter on this question, Kristen. So
the hard one.
in all fairness, I'm going to give you a two-parter for this question. So the infamous question 10, part 1, is there a dark side to the hospitality industry? Or you can answer question number 2.
Okay.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh.
I'm not afraid. I'll answer both.
There you go. In any order you want.
Okay. I will say that yes, there can definitely be a dark side to the hospitality industry, just like anywhere. I think that one of the biggest things is that customer abuse is often normalized. So, you know, people can be jerks. And then, like, most times we talked about this, you know, we talked about how like managers won't come in and step in. They'll allow it to happen in order to like appease the customer just to be able to make a profit.
Right. I've seen it a lot too.
The customer isn't always right. We just want them to think they are.
Yeah.
I've been in this hospitality industry for a long time, and I can count on maybe one hand the actual number of managers that cared about employees and actually stood up for them. Yeah.
So. You know, that's a very good point. And I'd like to say, actually, in this book, I talk about that. And in Servers and Managers, Business Development, I bring up that point, how important it is for managers that staff needs hospitality too. They need to be taken care of. They need to know, as they're representing the company, that the company has their back. And
Mhm.
again, I've been doing this not as long as you, but I've seen it enough times where managers let it go, especially with the drinking, where I'll see a customer that's out of control and drinking, and we'll alert a manager about it. And they'll tell us that they'll keep an eye on it, but they won't curb it.
Mhm.
They won't curb it, and they'll let it continue until they're beyond.
And
So,
sometimes it escalates and turns into a situation that could have probably been prevented.
right? If they listen to us and
Mhm.
backed us up as a
Right.
server or a
Yeah.
bartender. Agreed,
Yeah.
100%. Part two. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
The
My
important
favorite ice
question.
cream. I probably have two favorites. I
Ooh,
definitely like chocolate chip cookie dough. And
A
then
winner.
if I'm in the mood for it, sometimes I like to have like the mint chocolate chip.
wow. That's my wife's favorite, mint
Yeah.
chocolate chip. She loves it.
Or coffee. Coffee ice cream is good.
Ooh.
Coffee is so underrated. I agree. And actually, coffee with a few chocolate sprinkles on top. Oh, delicious. I agree. Kristen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you putting up with Dee and I on our 7th podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wee.
This has
Thanks for
been wonderful.
coming.
Check out, look at what I can do. I learned this, so yay. Thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate it. Flash your poster up one more time through the magic of editing. And I love you. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you, and God bless you. And I hope to speak to you again real soon.
You as well.
Kristen,
Thank you.
thank you very much, and have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
So that was Kristen. Welcome back to the FND podcast. I am Effin.
I am Dean.
I'd like to thank Kristen for joining us on this podcast. That was wonderful. I really do appreciate it.
She might be top 3 guests.
She had God, she really was. I thought she was amazing. And you know, a lot of what we talked about, if I can hold this book up, it's such a big book. It's a hefty
Very heavy.
book.
A lot of knowledge in that book.
There is almost 175 pages, copyrighted pages in this book. A lot of what we talked about, and a lot of how managers can better manage, how they can provide the hospitality, not just managers, but businesses, how they can provide the hospitality that staff needs to keep them enthusiastic, to keep them motivated, to keep them getting up and enjoying coming to work at your establishment. Kristen really brought some really great topics and really great thought to this podcast. And once again, Kristen, I appreciate it. And I'd like to thank you, Dee, for joining me on podcast number 7. Woohoo!
We did it.
We got through another one.
We doubled our 3 that we were going to fail at.
I thought we were going to flame out at 2. So we got really lucky.
We've doubled.
We've doubled. And according to your contract, only a number 3, only another 3 left for you. We'll talk about contract renewal.
Contract renewal. You know, if Howard Stern's quitting, I feel like we can talk. I'd start asking for big numbers.
We could. From what I understand, he asked Andy Cohen to fill his spot. And I think that was a joke. But I really don't care about Stern anymore. He was a huge influence in my life growing up, high school. Listening to him out of Washington, D.C., it was incredible. I mean, he was so cutting edge. And then when he came to New York, he was late afternoon. I think he was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was hard to catch him. But I used to laugh my butt off. I got through many a day working in New York City, going to and from work, listening to that man. And then when he left terrestrial radio, it all changed. Life changes. Life goes on. So we all grow up. Once again, this podcast, because we don't have any sponsors, is brought to you by SMBD. Servers and Managers Business Development, the quintessential authority for servers and managers in this business. If you want to get better as a server or manager, read that book. And you can find that book, you can find that book on my website, serversandmanagers.com. Thank you, Dee, once again for helping me get through this podcast. I love you, and
Thanks for
God
having
bless
me.
you.
Love you
Any
too.
parting words?
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Have a
Thank
good day.
you, Dee. Have a good day yourself.
You got nothing to
Toodaloo.
worry about. But if you're synthetic, starting tomorrow, your balls come off.
I got the money, like the lawyer said to do.